Hi, my name is Emma. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to properly format your papers according to MLA rules in Microsoft Word. Timecodes are listed below so you can find exactly what you need to know, or just hang out to learn it all. It's really important to get your formatting right because if your paper is kind of a mess, your readers may not appreciate your good ideas, even if they are brilliant. And even more importantly, your teachers will likely take points off your papers if you make a number of formatting errors. So let's get started. MLA requires 1-inch margins all the way around. The most efficient way to do this is to click on the ruler at the top of your paper. If you don't see the ruler, go to the View tab and click Ruler. Double-click on any shaded area to bring up the Page Setup dialog box. Make sure everything is set for 1 inch. Everything in MLA is double-spaced. That includes the information at the top of your paper, every entry in your works cited page, and every block quotation. Everything means everything. Like many things in Word, there are a couple ways to make everything double-spaced, but the best way is to go to the Home tab and click on the tiny flyout box to the right of Paragraph. That will open up a dialog box where you can set the spacing for your paper. First, change line spacing to double. Second, go down to the spacing section of this dialog box and make sure you change any number after the word after to 0. If you don't put 0 here, Word will automatically add an extra half a line at the end of every paragraph, which is not what MLA requires. And while you're in this dialog box, double check that general alignment is set for left and not centered, right, or justified. Also, MLA requires the first line of every paragraph to be indented half an inch. So change the special option to first line and Word will set it for you. Go ahead and make these settings permanent. Click on Set as Default for the bottom of the dialog box and select the normal template. Now Word will always open with these MLA paper settings, so you will be game, set, and match. MLA requires everything to be written in the same font type throughout your paper. Fonts like Times New Roman, Bookman, or Palatino work best. Stay away from Courier, Arial, and specialty scripts like Comic Sans, Bradley Hand, or GG. These fonts all have their uses, but they won't work very well for high school or college papers. Your font size must also be uniform throughout your paper. 12-point font is the norm. Be careful of playing games here. Your teachers won't appreciate if you use bigger fonts to make it appear that your paper is longer than it is. And if you pick one too small, they may not be able to read it. If you haven't typed anything yet, select your favorite font from the list on the Home tab and make sure the font size is 12. If you already have some text on your paper but need to change the font or font size, simply highlight the text that needs to change. Or better yet, select Ctrl-A on Windows or Command-A on a Mac to select all. Then change what's needed by selecting your font and font size on the Home tab. Now everything will look great. MLA requires you to put your name and page number in the top right corner of every page, including the first page. Let me show you how, my young Padawan. Go to the Insert tab and click on Page Number to show available options. Hover over top of page, and then select the option called Plain Number 3. It's the third option available. Then go ahead and type your last name and add a space. Word will now add your name to the left of every page number and automatically place this information half an inch from the top of every page, which is just what MLA wants. Do not add page or something like PG period before the number, and do not add a comma between your name and the page number. Don't place a period after the number. This is not the way. MLA does not want a separate title page, so all the basic paper info all goes at the top of your first page. Type your name on the first line and hit Enter. Then type your teacher or professor's name on the next line. Hit Return and you add your course name and number, like Senior English or Phil 103M. The date goes on the next line. You could type the day you wrote the paper, but it's best to give the date when the paper is due so your teacher can tell what assignment you are turning in. Make sure to write out the month. Your paper has to have a title in MLA. The title goes on the line immediately below the date and above your first line. Don't add any extra or blank lines here. Blank lines are against MLA rules. Your title should be descriptive of what your paper is about. Don't write something like Paper 1 or Argumentative Essay. That might make sense to you, but it won't help your reader get interested in your paper topic. Good titles can really enlighten the reader's imagination. According to MLA, you do not underline the title, write it in bold or italics, place it in quotation marks, or write the title in all capital letters. MLA likes everything clean and simple. Capitalize every word in the title, but not little words like a, and, or the. Unless they are the first or last words of your title, then you must capitalize them. On the next line, remember, don't skip a space to add a blank line. You are now ready to write your paper, which should look like this. Congratulations, you are now writing in MLA format. If you need to know how to properly quote sources and write a works cited page, check out my next video. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to receive alerts when a new video drops. Good luck with your paper!